On a dark and stormy night, the nation of Darvania woke to its worst nightmare. Damon Cross, a charismatic yet ruthless leader, had seized control under the guise of making the country great again. His promises of prosperity and unity had swayed many, but beneath his charming facade lay a hunger for absolute power. At first, Damon's rise seemed almost miraculous. He spoke with conviction, igniting a flame of hope in a nation weary from economic struggles and political corruption. He vowed to restore order, to bring back jobs, and to make Darvania a beacon of strength on the global stage. But it did not take long for his true intentions to unravel. The first blow came to the nation's healthcare system. Hospitals shut down overnight, medicines disappeared from pharmacy shelves, and the most vulnerable were left to suffer. Damon declared healthcare a privilege, not a right, ensuring only his loyalists received medical care. The sick and dying were forced to fend for themselves, and compassion became a crime. Education was next. Schools closed and teachers who spoke out against the regime vanished without a trace. Damon branded knowledge as a dangerous weapon, convincing the public that ignorance was a form of protection. Children roamed the streets, their futures stolen, their minds filled only with propaganda that blared from every screen. Corporations loyal to Damon took over industries, crushing small businesses and leaving communities in ruins as unemployment soared. The wealthy thrived under the regime, while ordinary citizens lined up for bread, a stark symbol of cruelty. Darvania's borders became iron gates, and its people faced hostility abroad. Damon's venomous speeches fueled fear, turning neighbors into enemies and tearing families apart through rampant deportations. Amid the darkness, hope sparked in unexpected places. In quiet whispers and hidden corners, rebellion grew. Small towns and tight-knit communities found strength in unity. Shunning regime-controlled corporations, farmers sold produce directly, tailors mended clothes for free, and neighbors shared resources to survive. Damon dismissed their efforts as laughable, a pitiful resistance against his unyielding power. But soon, the cracks began to show. Supermarkets sat untouched, their shelves overflowing but bare of customers. The regime's corporations began to bleed money, and the government's economic grip started to falter. The people's quiet rebellion was more powerful than any weapon. Frustrated and enraged, Damon unleashed his military. Soldiers stormed the streets, breaking down doors and arresting those suspected of rebellion. Curfews were imposed, and freedom of movement became a distant memory. But with every act of aggression, the citizens' resolve only hardened. The regime had turned into a beast, devouring itself. One fateful night, Damon Cross addressed the nation from his fortified palace. His voice, once a symbol of strength, now echoed with desperation. But outside his gates, a storm of a different kind brewed. Millions marched through the streets, their footsteps a thunderous roar. They carried no weapons, only the power of unity and self-reliance. The regime crumbled under the weight of its own greed and cruelty. Damon's iron fortress, once a symbol of his unassailable rule, was overrun by the very people he had sought to oppress. Soldiers, disillusioned and broken by the lies they had been fed, laid down their arms and joined the march. In the end, Damon Cross, the tyrant who believed himself untouchable, was brought to his knees by the united force of his people. As he was led away, his empire in ashes, Darvania began to heal. Schools reopened, hospitals once again provided care to all, and communities flourished in newfound freedom. The story of Damon Cross became a lesson, a reminder that even the most horrific dictators cannot withstand the power of a united people. In the darkest of times, unity became the light that guided Darvania back to hope. Do you believe the power of unity can defeat even the most horrific dictators? Let us know and share your comment below.
Like, share with friends, and subscribe to Free Terror TV.